A very warm welcome to my channel, Booked, Line and Sinker. Today I'm going to be sharing with you some memoirs which I've really enjoyed reading. These have been written by famous people, beautifully written, very inspiring and fun to read. If you're new to my channel, I'm Nimisha. I'm a voice artist and a book lover. And on this channel, I do book recommendations, reviews, reading tips, you name it. So if you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, turn on the notifications so that you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. Well, let's get into it. On the top of my list is Becoming by Michelle Obama. We all know who she is, the first African-American First Lady of the United States, a dynamic, extremely enigmatic personality, a force to reckon with in her own right, and all of these qualities come straight out in her book. So the book is divided into three parts: Becoming Me, Becoming Us, and Becoming More. In Becoming Me, she talks about her childhood in Chicago, and in Becoming Us, it's about her marriage with Barack Obama, and Becoming More is how she dealt with living in the spotlight once Barack Obama got into politics. The beauty of this book is that it's not about politics. It's about her as a woman, as an African-American woman living in America, and the opportunities which she has got and how she has utilized them. She talks very openly about her struggles with Barack Obama during her marriage, and also about her apprehensions when he decided to go into politics. This book is straightforward and eloquent. I would give this a 5 stars and tell you to go and pick it up immediately if you haven't done it already. Songs of Blood and Sword by Fatima Bhutto. Fatima Bhutto is from the Bhutto family of Pakistan. She is the niece of Benazir Bhutto and daughter of Murtaza Bhutto, who was Benazir's brother. This book highlights the fault lines in the Bhutto dynasty and talks a lot about Pakistani politics. Fatima openly blames Benazir Bhutto's husband Asif Zardari for Murtaza's murder. And her critique and dislike for Benazir Bhutto colors her entire writing. This book is written clearly from a daughter's perspective, and she does tend to overlook a lot of Murtaza's political alliances, etc. But it's witty, it's interesting, the story is gripping, and it'll give you fantastic insights into Pakistani politics as well. Coming from the top, that is. I would give this book a 4 stars. A really distressing and startling memoir which I read was Educated by Tara Westover. This is the story of a young girl who was born into a survivalist or Mormon family of Idaho, and her mom was a healer, her father used to work in a junkyard, and the book is about her isolation growing up in that family, where the children did not get any education. They were not homeschooled, nor were they sent to a school. There was no insurance. They would turn to their mother's herbs and her healing. And the story is about her emotional and physical abuse growing up and all the violent and horrifying events which happened in her life. Some of the things that she talks about are just unimaginable. For example, about medical care. We as people take medical care as given. You would rush to a doctor every time you have a severe injury. But in her family, everything was treated by her mother, who was the healer. Through the course of this book, she rises above her circumstances, gets an education for herself, joins college. Not just college, she goes on to do a PhD from Howard, which is remarkable. It's a very inspiring book of her self-discovery. It's sad, but it's also very gritty. I would give this book a 4 stars. Born to Run by Bruce Springsteen. Now, I am a Bruce Springsteen fan. I've grown up listening to Springsteen because my father was a huge fan. And the minute I spotted this book in the bookstore, I said, I've got to read about his life. And it was so worth it. Now, this is a verbose, huge book. It's close to 1,000 pages. Now, in this book, Bruce Springsteen talks about his Catholic upbringing and how he went from nothing to the very top. It's as entertaining as his music, and I believe Springsteen took about 7 years to write it, and he's written it himself. There's no ghostwriter, nothing. And the language is fantastic. It's relaxed, it's easy. You're getting a full dose of Springsteen's music through his writing. There are a lot of subjects which this book touches upon. His albums, his writing. He gives detailed accounts of how he wrote the songs River, Nebraska, and also about the E Street Band and their passion in every single show that they have undertaken. He talks about mental illness with his father who suffered from mental illness. He also talks about his own struggles with depression very openly. There's also conversation about growing old and the experiences of growing old. If you're a Bruce Springsteen fan, you're going to love this book. If you're not a Bruce Springsteen fan, you're still going to love this book because it just captures you. It's so entertaining, so full of passion, so beautifully written. I'm going to give this book a 5 stars. It's a must read. Tell me about your favorite memoirs. Drop me a line in the comment section below. I'd love to hear from you. If you enjoyed today's video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and turn on the notifications so that you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. Well, until the next book, bye-bye.